Before we start learning how to create web graphics, we first need to understand the difference between something called resolution and something called pixel dimension or screen size. For many years, it's been assumed that we should always design our web graphics in a 72 pixel per inch or dots per inch resolution. And in many ways, that's considered to be the standard practice for creating graphics for screens. However, in today's day and age, we have to deal with many device types and screen resolutions. For instance, Apple has a series of Retina devices that go into its iPad, iPhone, and even now MacBook Pros. Google devices like the Nexus 5 are also now at a high-resolution screen as well. These resolutions exceed even 300 pixels per inch. There are also many other devices and screens that go even higher than 72, like 150 or 240, and even higher than that. The key thing to remember here is that no matter what the resolution, the pixel dimension is what counts and what stays the same. The pixel dimension refers to the actual amount of space an object takes up on screen regardless of the resolution or screen size. Take a look at the example I have opened here on my screen. I have three different sizes showcased here: 1024 by 768, 1440 by 900, and 1600 by 1200. Directly in the middle of each one of these screen sizes, you are going to see a small white circle. The white circle actually takes up 200 pixels by 200 pixels of actual space. But as you'll see, when I start to move through these screen sizes, the circles are going to look as though they're becoming smaller simply because it's going to be lost in the larger screen size. So for instance, if I were to turn off the 1024 by 768 screen and move to the 1440 by 900, I still have that same 200 by 200 circle in the middle, but it looks much smaller now because it's surrounded by a much bigger pixel area. If I were to turn off 1440 by 900 and go all the way up to 1600 by 1200, the circle is even smaller, directly in the middle of the screen. This is because there are more actual pixels in the screen, making it look as if this graphic has gotten smaller, when in fact it's just on a different size canvas, making it appear to be smaller than it actually is. Now let's switch over to this monitors.jpg image here. And when I switch over to this, you're going to see that I have two laptops showcased here with the homepage of lynda.com present on those screens. On the left-hand side, we have a higher resolution screen, which is 1680 by 1050, and on the right-hand side, we have 1024 by 768. The homepage doesn't change at all. The pixel counts all remain the same of all the graphics and everything. It's just with the monitor on the right, you have less pixels on the screen, thus you don't have as much room to show different things, meaning you'll have to scroll around a bit more to find things that you're looking for. On the left-hand side, however, everything is exactly the same on the homepage, images, text, etc. But it looks as though things are smaller because we have more pixels that are able to be displayed on this higher resolution screen. So as we design our websites, it's important to remember and take into account the pixel value of our images that we're creating, more so than the actual resolution of the screen. I'm going to explore Retina graphics a little bit later on in the course, and I'll show you how we can adapt our workflow for these new higher resolution screens to get the best results in terms of upsizing the graphics. But for now, let's worry about pixel dimensions of the objects that we're creating, as opposed to the resolution or screen size that we're stuck on.